Hey, you guys, happy Friday, wherever you are listening in to me. Hope you've had a fantastic week. It's been absolutely crazy busy where I am at. So, listen, I just wanted to take this kind of this opportunity, really. And, I love getting on here on a Friday in particular. And I normally just stream this through our private Facebook group, which is www.facebook.com/groups become a game changer. And but I wanted to kind of feel a bit more inclusive, right? I wanted to kind of bring in a lot more people, and I used to do a lot more of these Facebook lives. But just things have been so crazy busy. But listen, that's just an excuse, right? But listen, if you are listening to this live or recording, do me a favor, share some love, share some likes, share some shares, whatever it might be. Make a comment. Wish me a happy Friday. I wish you guys a happy Friday. So listen, I really wanted to kind of take this opportunity really more than anything else, because this week has been a really interesting week. And I'll tell you why it's been an interesting week is because first of all, I started off by I actually interviewed probably one of the most respected leaders that I have or CEOs of pretty much of this year. He's the CEO of a company called WD-40. So WD-40 do like, you probably would have seen it. It's like a blue and yellow can. They do like cleaning products. They do like lubricants and things like that. Good evening to you, Mikey. And so I interviewed the CEO, and honestly, I swear to God, I just learned so much from that guy in the 45 minutes that we had together. His show comes out on Tuesday. I'm not kidding you. It was probably one of the biggest highlight of this year so far in terms of interviews. They were well up there. So it was. So his name is called Gary Ridge, and he's the CEO of WD-40. WD-40 essentially are on the NASDAQ. Their company valuation, I believe, is $25 billion, just to be, which is kind of crazy how much that valuation is, which is, it's honestly, what I learned from here in turn, we covered leadership, we covered how to attract new talent. We just went through a whole diversity of, I suppose, different topics more than anything else. Is absolutely amazing. Good evening to you, Zach, by the way. Zach's down in the south of Sweden. And it was just a really great episode. Fantastic. You got to listen to that on Tuesday, because it comes out on Tuesday for all my fellow podcasters and that kind of stuff. We also have on my YouTube channel as well. If you want to subscribe to that, you want to listen to some of the 5-minute clips that we bring out each of the episodes as well. So that's kind of cool, man. The other thing was, I actually recorded a really, really interesting Power Up Thursday episode for next week, because we live in a social media age, right? So we live on TikTok, we live on Instagram, Facebook, things that we're doing right now, yeah. But one of the things that's become really apparent, and it's really bugging me and it's really pissing me off, is this lack of authenticity. And what I mean by that is, I talked about in the episode for next week, and you can listen to it next Thursday, is the fact that people are walking around with all these masks, right? And kind of, you've heard the whole terminology, fake it till you make it, which I detest, by the way, because I don't believe that you need to fake it till you make it. I believe that you can become whoever you want to be, provided that you come from a place of authenticity. And I share some of the tips and strategies about how you can actually become more authentic, and how you can show up to become more authentic. That's online as well as offline. So I really kind of wanted to kind of point that out to you and that kind of stuff. And by the way, to all my US friends, by the way, happy Labor Day weekend, because I know it's Labor Day weekend over in the US as well. So that's kind of cool. What else? By the way, if if you are listening to this, and you're probably listening to this through StreamYard, do me a favor, because I've got like 10 tons of messages coming through, and it will say Facebook user. I don't know who you are. So unless you press the top of the screen where you see my video, it says StreamYard, just click on that, and then I know who you are. So that's kind of cool. So what other wins of the week have I had? Well, believe it or not, I actually just come back from the UK, and I stayed at this amazing 5-star hotel near the Tower of London, where we're looking to start up some live events actually in January of next year. Probably January, depending on how this whole kind of COVID stuff works out. But literally, we were actually doing some amazing, I suppose, live events here in Stockholm. And there were, we had so many international guests and things like that. But I thought to myself, you know what? I really want to run this. Run this in London, and and honestly, the venue, wow, it's just amazing. A great venue, fantastic, and we're going to have a great speaker, and that's probably going to be in the new year. So some really exciting times ahead. And so, you know what? I've been really, really pumped and excited, because we only a couple of weeks ago, we increased to 2 shows a week on the podcast, which was absolutely amazing. We've got we actually decided we were going to have a masterclass next week with my good friend Chris Salem, who is probably listening to me right now. But what we're going to do is we're actually going to postpone it until a little bit later on in September, because obviously the holidays and things like that. So if you guys are listening to me and you've subscribed to me, and you have my email address, by the way, then we're probably going to run a clarity masterclass. So we're going to be covering a lot of stuff on clarity, because I find that one of the things right now that a lot of entrepreneurs and business owners are going through right now is this lack of clarity, which then, on top of kind of COVID and all of that kind of stuff, it paralyzes you. You don't know where you're going. You don't know what you should do, how you reinvent yourself and things like that. So I'm going to create this masterclass. It's probably going to be in about, I suppose, 3rd week in September. So do me a favor, if you're interested in jumping on a 2-hour masterclass training, it will only be for a limited amount of people, with myself and Chris Salem. And Chris is a top draw speaker. He's a great guy, has years of experience. It was also on the Game Changers Summit that we did back in the spring, summer as well. So that's going to happen the week in September. If you're interested, do me a favor, put a comment in the comment section, say I'm in. Okay, say I'm in, and then I will send you details as of when they come out. So that's kind of cool. So that's kind of really, really exciting. But listen, I will also want to, this is not about me, by the way. This is not like the Adam Strong show. This is about, like, for me, I love sharing wins, okay? And I'd love for you guys to also share your wins of the week as well, because I think what's really important is that what I've become to learn is that as business owners and entrepreneurs, we just do, right? Okay, we do and we get on with it. Well, I'm an action taker. Most people know that, right? Like, my first name's Adam, second name action taker, third name strong. So, I really want you to kind of acknowledge yourself and really take credit for some of the work and effort that you put in. So, I really want to know what you guys are working on right now. What are your wins of the week? Because it's so important to get that right. Because I want to celebrate you guys more than anything else. I want to celebrate you guys. So if you have any wins of the week, okay, do me a favor, use it in the comment section right now. Put in your comment section right now what your wins of the week was. And I don't give a shit about how big or small, okay, how you think, how big that is, okay, because it makes no difference. If it's a win to you, then guess what? It's a win. All right. So I really kind of wanted to kind of put that out there. So what else is happening as well in my world? Well, I'm kind of contemplating on a couple of things right now, and I really wanted to have a conversation with you guys. So I'm kind of torn between a couple of things right now, because for me, I love just creating content. I love getting loads of content out there and things like that. And I suppose my thought process, so let me tell you my thought process right now, because then you can probably give me some input and you could probably say, hey, I'd love to do that, or I'd love to do that, or I think that's a great idea, whatever it is, right? So, so the first thought was, we're actually thinking about creating the Game Changers TV channel, which is, listen, I just kind of thought to myself, you know what? You know, because we had such an amazing experience when we did the Game Changers Summit. I was thinking about creating the Game Changers TV channel, which is going to be a variety of, I haven't yet decided how that's going to work yet, whether it's going to be some interviews or whatever it is, but I'm just thinking kind of I suppose something which is kind of next level for me. Because we've got the Game Changers podcast, we had the Game Changers Summit, we have Game Changers TV, got the Game Changers Facebook group. So yeah, it's kind of crazy, right? So that's kind of my first thought process. But my second thought process was actually thinking, well, I'm not kind of decided yet, right? But let me just kind of fill you in what my thought process is. I was actually thinking about launching another summit. Okay, you're probably thinking, oh my goodness me. Now, it probably won't be till the new year, in fairness, because it takes up a lot of energy. You know, people don't really appreciate like what goes on the back end of a summit, right? You know, the back end is absolutely, it's probably 3 or 4 times bigger than the actual, like what you guys see, right? The back end is ridiculous in terms of its systems and things like that. But we're actually thinking about doing another Game Changer Summit. But this time it'll be called something slightly different. I haven't yet decided on what that's going to be, but I'm undecided on that. I'm really undecided on that. But I wanted to kind of share my thoughts with you guys because I've got so many ideas right now. But I love to share, right? I love to share and I love to find out kind of what people are feeling right now. So you know, it's all good. It's all good in the hood. So. But listen, Amanda, I will send you details. Make no mistake. I will make sure that happens. Zach, act as you were there. Your destiny. Absolutely, yeah, Zach. You're 100%. Absolutely 100% agree. Sorry. There was another one that says Facebook user. Hang on a minute. Being annoyed tonight that. Oh, of course, Sarah Franklin. Being annoyed that tonight. This was the first few months. This is a TV. Audience was something like 20. Wow, that's crazy, Sarah. That is crazy. That is awesome, though. That is honestly that's fantastic. That's a big win, man. I mean, that is exposure. You know, I think that's fantastic. And for you guys that don't know Sarah Franklin, by the way, because we're streaming this out to we're streaming this out on YouTube. We're streaming it out on my personal profile page. I was going to say Sarah is a lawyer who specializes in the motor sport field, which is really, really cool. Fantastic lady, and really she's part of our next level club as well, which is absolutely, it is next level. Seriously, next level. We've got our next club coming up on September 15th. It is a by invitation only. So we have once a month of 3 hours a month, and literally 6-figure business owners, next level type of stuff. We bring in a speaker, we do some stuff on clarity and pitching and stuff. And, you know, it was just such an amazing experience that we did, because it was the first time that we launched actually, which was back on, I think it was like August 17th or whatever it might be. But it was just like, I mean, Sarah will tell you, because she's listening to us live and whatever it might be. But I mean, seriously, it was like, it was fantastic, really, really great. And I think it was probably some of the best content that we'd put out there as well, which I'm so pumped about that. So, but listen, guys, I just wanted to jump on here, take the opportunity, because I haven't really had this opportunity to really connect with you guys, because August is, I suppose, vacation time, right? And, you know, I had to take some time off because of, you know, I had to just kind of sit back and reflect. And I think it's so important to reflect to see what you've achieved as well. And things are moving so fast here. It's absolutely crazy. But listen, if you are listening to this right now, do me a favor, like, shares, and comments. But more importantly, if you are stuck, all right, if you've got a bottleneck, if you have some challenges right now, do me a favor. Please reach out to me, either personal message me or drop a comment in the section, whatever it is. If you want to keep it personal, it's all good. And I'll try and help you as much as I can. So I was actually talking about a little bit about next week's episode on Power Up Thursdays. And I was also talking a little bit about values, coming from a place of values, right? So if you're living by your values and you're aligned, okay, it's so important to be aligned with those values. And the reason for that is because it's all about people's intuition. So for me, when I'm speaking to someone, it'd be, on the phone, online, or face to face, normally, intuitively, I can pick someone's energy up really, really quickly. And if I feel something's missing, then I'll call someone up, and and they'll be like, oh, I had an argument with my partner, or this and that, or whatever it might be. So it's really important to make sure that you show up coming from a place of values. Really, really important. But I'll be going much deeper into that into Power Up Thursdays episode next week. Was going to say, if you haven't had the opportunity to listen to this week's episode, we did a great episode called How to Live Your Best Life with JP. Really good friend of mine. Really comes from a place of sincerity and really genuine, like proper genuine, proper authentic. I mean, most of the people in my, I suppose, arena, or people that I associate with, they're not the fakes. They're the genuine. They're the authentic. They come from a place of heart. Want a big shout out to Sammy Blendell as well. Big shout out to Chris Salem. Because there are some amazing people out there. There really is. Not everyone is a shark out there, by the way. But yeah, seriously, it was next level. And then yesterday's Power Up Thursdays episode, actually, I was talking about how to create an empowered mindset, which is so important, because like I said, there's so much negativity out there. But do me a favor right now. If you, there's a couple of things that I would say is, number one, surround yourself with who you become. So I'm not saying, what I'm not saying is, if you want to become more positive, sure, you can hang around me, but you don't have to hang around with me, right? So that's the first thing. Secondly, which I think is, kind of mentioned power by association, is get yourself educated. It's a great time for really listening to, really learning some new tools, learning some new skills, and taking things to the next level at the end of the day. I see so many people that are, because we're all Zooming right now. We're probably Zoomed out with like square eyes. We're all going to be wearing glasses by the time next year comes around. I'm good. But I know that some of you are really struggling in terms of trying to make a transition over into the digital space as well, and whatever it might be. So listen, do me a favor. If you need any help, or you want a little bit of advice or some tips, feel free to just reach out to me and my team. I can't promise you that I'm going to get back to you straight away, because it's crazy here right now. But I did want to take this opportunity to just wish you guys a happy Friday, wishing you guys a great weekend, but more importantly, happy Labor weekend for all my US American friends over there, because we're missing you guys, right? I'm really missing this whole kind of connection thing. I really am. And one thing I also miss is kind of, I suppose, face to face, because I do a lot of speaking around the world, and I suppose for me, I really kind of enjoy that face to face conversation. I really enjoy that integration, right? That kind of just general conversations, right? I just miss that. So I just wanted to kind of put that out there, share some love, right? And listen, it's enough for me. I'm going to probably see you back on here sometime next week. I will promise you, you will see a lot more of me on here, definitely. And if you haven't already subscribed, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel as well, which is www.youtube.com/Adam Strong, and feel free to subscribe, because we're always putting content out there all the time now on YouTube, which is amazing. some of the other things that we're doing right now is we have these like 5-6 minute clips from the podcast, and I always find that, I don't know about you, but I really like watching the YouTube videos because they're quick and they're easy. But more importantly, you can actually see the actual person, which is fantastic. So it's kind of cool, right? But anyway, all good. Listen, have a fantastic weekend. See you soon. Take care. See you soon. Bye bye.